The book is always better than the movie. Well, okay, not always. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies better than the books they were based on.
This is crazy. You want me to hit you?
That's right.
What, like in the face?
Surprise me.
For this list, we're looking at films that, in some way or another, eclipse their source material. In most cases, the novels are still great, but the story benefited from a more visual interpretation. Number 10, The Graduate.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
Charles Webb's first novel survived its transition to the big screen mostly intact, but Mike Nichols' direction and the charming cast certainly elevated the story. Populated with directionless characters who rarely have anything of substance to say, The Graduate is a melancholy drama packed with sexual frustration.
I want you to know how much I appreciate this. Really.
The number.
What?
The room number, Benjamin. I think you ought to tell me that.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
The titular graduate is far more likable in the film, however, while Nichols injects just enough humor to lighten some of the tension. Also, Webb's book doesn't come with a Simon & Garfunkel soundtrack, so it's automatically less memorable.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Number 9, Jackie Brown.
If I had to tell you to shut up one more time, I'm gonna shut you up.
Quentin Tarantino knows a thing or two about crime dramas, so Elmore Leonard's novel Rum Punch was a prime choice for an adaptation. Jackie Brown closely follows the original story. However, while the book is more of an ensemble piece, the film places the focus squarely on Pam Grier's eponymous stewardess character. Even though Rum Punch delves deeper into the minds of the secondary characters, Tarantino's tribute to the 1970s blaxploitation genre just oozes charm. Bolstered by a thrilling soundtrack, Grier's immaculate performance is complemented by fantastic turns from Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Forster, Robert De Niro, and Michael Keaton.
Oh, you gonna tell me the reason you lost every goddamn cent I got in the world?
Number 8, Die Hard.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Yup, Die Hard is based on a novel. However, John McClane is a Hollywood original. Roderick Thorpe's novel Nothing Lasts Forever and the Bruce Willis classic both center around detectives caught in a building with terrorists, but the novel's protagonist is a retired officer who specializes in catching explosive baddies. Die Hard presents McClane as an everyman who's in way over his head, which is more exciting than Nothing Lasts Forever's action hero protagonist. Adding a touch of holiday spirit and a bunch of perpetually quotable lines, Die Hard turned Thorpe's nihilistic novel into the perfect action flick.
Happy trails, Hans.
Number 7, Forrest Gump.
Run, Forrest, run!
Winston Groom's book is pretty good, but suffers due to a distinctly Tom Hanks-shaped hole. Robert Zemeckis' film adaptation of Forrest Gump tells the life story of an endearing man with a low IQ who inadvertently gets involved in some of history's biggest moments. Meanwhile, Book Forrest is a sexually active giant that possesses overwhelming strength and loves to swear, lacking Hank's relatability or likability. Nowhere near as magical as Zemeckis' adaptation, Groom's book manages to be simultaneously darker and sillier. Like, at one point, Forrest and his ape partner Sue crash land a space shuttle on an island of cannibals. Number 6, The Shawshank Redemption.
Get busy living. Or get busy dying.
Stephen King's mind is a frequent source of inspiration for filmmakers, but few adaptations come close to matching the written word's brilliance. Released in 1994, The Shawshank Redemption is based on a novella and arguably presides among the greatest films of all time. Both versions center on Andy Dufresne's time in the Shawshank State Penitentiary, but the film streamlines the story by combining several characters together. While King's novella is well worth a read, The Shawshank Redemption's best moments, primarily Brooke's time on the outside and the powerful ending, are only in the film.
Remember, Red, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies.
Number 5, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Drink the drink.
But I don't want the drink.
He doesn't want the drink. He does.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You don't.
I do.
Certain stories are just made for the big screen. Gary K. Wolfe's Who Censored Roger Rabbit is a hard-boiled noir novel that envisions a world where toons and humans coexist. 7 years later, Who Framed Roger Rabbit enchanted audiences with stunning animation, a touching storyline, and all of the cameos. Aside from the basic premise and some character names, the film diverts heavily from the book and opts for a more family-friendly experience. With a premise based on the visual medium of cartoons, film tops paper here without question.
I'll drive.
But I want to drive.
No, I'll drive. I'm the kid. Out of my way, pencil neck.
Number 4. Dr. Strangelove.
This is preposterous. I've never approved of anything like that.
Our source was the New York Times.
This adaptation was so good that the novel's author decided to write his own adaptation of the film. Peter George's book Red Alert is a serious Cold War thriller that deals with the pending threat of nuclear war. On the other hand, Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove is a hilarious satire film presented as a serious Cold War thriller that deals with the pending threat of nuclear war.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Peter Sellers' titular doctor is film only, and Kubrick's absurdist wit only further enhances the ridiculousness of the situation. Rather than publish a reprint of Red Alert, George novelized an early draft of the film's script, which regrettably involved aliens. Number 3. Jaws.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Peter Benchley's 1974 best-selling novel about a great white shark was swallowed whole by Steven Spielberg's classic summer blockbuster. In the book version, Jaws' antagonist is more of a means to an end, with Benchley regularly halting the story to comment on the recession or an uninteresting love affair. Trimming most of the fat and, due to production problems, rarely showcasing the shark, Spielberg's adaptation delivers a thrilling and suspenseful blockbuster that's aged far better than the novel. As icing on the cake, the Indianapolis monologue is film only.
So 1,100 men went in the war. 316 men come out. The Sharks took the rest June the 29th, 1945.
Number 2. Psycho.
Do you go out with friends?
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
Similar, but completely different. On paper, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho hits all of the major plot points in Robert Bloch's novel of the same name. However, the film one-ups the book by employing narrative tricks that enhance the story's sense of mystery. The novel never pretends that Mary Crane, or as she's known in the film, Marion Crane, is the protagonist, while the twist ending is slightly more predictable due to Norman Bates being presented as an overtly misogynistic alcoholic rather than a mama's boy. Bloch's novel presents an interesting look into Bates' broken mind, but Hitchcock's film adaptation is a cinematic masterpiece.
They'll see, and they'll know, and they'll say, why, she wouldn't even harm a fly.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
What did you see, Clarice? What did you see?
Lambs. They were screaming.
Can you spare some cutter, me brothers?
My dear Dr. Sattler, welcome to Jurassic Park.
You're not how much money you have in the bank. You're not the car you drive. You're not the contents of your wallet.
The suspension of your sentence is conditional on your continued cooperation with this program. Should you stand guilty before me again, I shall not hesitate to impose a custodial sentence.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Godfather.
You said you come into my house on the day my daughter's to be married and you asked me to do murder. Money.
Mario Puzo's expertly written novel delves deep into the lives and history of a New York crime family and sits among the better pulp novels of the era. While a great read, The Godfather's definitive version has to be Francis Ford Coppola's film, which is rightfully considered a work of art that practically transcends cinema. Leaving Puzo's flashbacks for the sequel, and cutting any subplots that don't directly concern the Corleones. Coppola's adaptation boasts flawless cinematography, authentic set design, an iconic score by Nino Rota, and a stellar cast.
How's your boy?
He's good.
You know, he looks more like you every day.
He's smarter than I am. 3 years old, he can read the funny papers.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.